I'm not Pressley by chance. I'm not Pressley by mistake. I am Pressley on purpose. I'm not Pressley by chance. I'm not Pressley by mistake. I am Pressley on purpose. And this episode of Pressley on Purpose is brought to you by Queens Royale, my lifestyle brand for women and men who wear their confidence out loud every single day. So, it's your girl, Adyna K. Pressley, and welcome to Pressley on Purpose. Listen, y'all already know this is not the buttoned up CEO version of me. This is the real me, the healed but still human me. The sister friend, the good girlfriend, that's the version of me you gonna get today. The funny around the way girl, the big sister who done lived some ish me. And here we talk about the stuff I generally don't post. The moments that break you, the moments that build you, and the moments that leads towards the healed version of you. And every week we're getting together and we're getting into purpose, reinvention, boundaries, healing, and choosing yourself boldly, loudly, and without apology. So get your good going till you're ready and get comfortable and get honest because we're rising and we are rising on purpose. So today I decided I am going to start looking at the camera. My mother said to me, well, why aren't you looking at the camera? And who are you talking to? A couple of people actually asked me, who are you talking to? And originally I didn't like looking at the camera because for those of you that don't know, I had an illness some years ago, back in 2017, called Guillain-Barré syndrome, also known as GBS. One of the side effects of the illness is that although I would say I'm about 98% healed and well from it, one of the things that I have is my cute little lazy eye. So I always felt like looking at the camera would really show my lazy eye. But then as I'm looking at my episodes, the past episodes that I've done so far, I noticed that you can still see it when I'm not looking at the camera. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to embrace it. It is what it is. I always talk about being my real authentic self. So you're going to get my real authentic self and my cute little lazy eye from GBS. Oh, and just so you know, people always ask me, what is GBS? Guillain-Barré syndrome is when your immune system attacks your nerves. So when I was struck with that illness, my immune system attacked every single nerve in my body, which means every single thing on my body hurt it. Unfortunately, half of my face was paralyzed at that time, and I also could not walk. I had no taste buds and I couldn't write. So I had to go through extensive therapy to be able to walk, as well as occupational therapy so I can write and be able to get back to myself. And like I said, I'm 98% cured. I got this cute little lazy eye thing going on, but I'm going to embrace it. It is what it is. And I'm going to look at the camera. So from now on, you are going to see me talk directly to you. So yeah, I went off on a tangent, but today's episode is about moving with intention. My word for 2026 is intention. And also too, you'll also know I got a crooked smile. So when I speak, it's my mouth is a little crooked. But again, I embrace it. This is who I am. And I'm going to show it off. Oh, moving with intention. When 2026 rolled around, I think I've mentioned this one time before. I don't do, resolutions or anything like that. I pray and I'm going to let God order my steps, and that's what we're going to do. But this year I decided I wanted to adopt a word for 2026. And my word is intention. And I decided to go with that word. And actually, even though it's my word for 2026, this is just going to be my thing going forward. Because what I've learned in this new journey of my life, especially in the journey of starting my own business, is that any connection that I make, anybody that I collaborate with, any relationships that I build, any partnerships I decide to go with, it has to be done with intention. I have to feel that it is in alignment with who I am, with my values, with my brand, and with my beliefs, So I'm being very intentional about everything that I'm doing in my life. So not only career-wise, not only business-wise, but also in my personal life as well. If something just does not feel like it's in alignment for me, then it's just not for me. I just can't do it. That's just not who I am. The funny thing is, what I'm noticing in this new journey, especially as far as networking and making connections with people. Because when I was in corporate, I used to hate networking, I'll be honest with you, but I did what I had to do because it paid the bills. I was in a role where we had extremely high goals to reach. And if you wanted to get that good going bonus, you're going to get out there and you're going to network. So I did a lot of networking throughout my career. And honestly, I hated it. I hate small talk, because I'm a genuine person. I'm all about vibes, I'm all about connections. So to get out there and to have these manufactured conversations, I really hated it. But now that I'm in this space and it's all about me, and when I say it's all about me, it's my business, it's my brand, it's me who I'm putting out there for myself and my work that I'm doing, that I feel that I was called to do when I finally found out what my purpose was. I actually enjoy it. But again, if I'm going to do this, if this is something that I'm going to do, it has to be intentional and it has to be in alignment with, the work that I'm doing. So when I speak about intention, be intentional when it comes to everything that you're doing. So be intentional with your education, be intentional with your career, be intentional with your relationship, be intentional with weight loss, like whatever it is, make sure that everything that you're doing, you're being intentional about it, that you're putting forth your best effort when whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And I'm having a hot flash, y'all. Y'all know I'm a woman of a certain age. So I'm having a hot flash and I need to bring out Lilo from, no, Stitch from Lilo and Stitch and let him cool me off for a minute. So don't mind me while I have my moment. But anywho, and I think that's another episode that I'm probably going to need to do. We need to talk about menopause and, the effects that it has on women nowadays. But I digress and we'll probably revisit that at another time. But when I talk about being intentional, I really want to encourage people to, whatever it is that you're doing, you want to make sure that it's in alignment with, whatever your goals are. And I'm being very intentional about my friendships, what I'm learning. And I've been seeing this a lot on social media, people talking about when you're in a place or a space of transition or elevation, not everybody is on that same wave or is not in that same place that you're in. So you may not have the same connections that you used to have with people anymore because they're just not on that walk with you. They're just not going in the same direction as you. And that's okay because that's not for everybody. I'm also being mindful of, people who may not necessarily be in your corner. There's people that'll smile in your face and they'll see the things that you're doing, but won't even bother to say, "Hey, girl, I see you. You're doing good." And it's so crazy because I'm that person. I'm that person. I want to genuinely see everybody win. I really do. So I am that person that I see you doing something, I'm going to big you up. You got a business, I'm going to share it with somebody. I'm going to support you in everything that you do. And you can get on here and comment if you're somebody that I've done that for, because I genuinely feel that I want to see everybody win. There's enough out here for everybody. There's enough for everybody to be successful. There's no need to compete. Only person I compete with is a woman I look at in the mirror every day. And I'm like, "All right, girl, you got some problems because I'm coming after you." That's the only person I'm in competition with. And it's so disheartening because when you're a person that really genuinely want to see people do good and you genuinely supporting other people, and then you get crickets when you're doing things, first of all, if you had never heard me say it before, you're gonna hear me say it now. All that does is put a battery in my back. All that does is motivate me even more. Because to be perfectly honest with you, what I'm finding, and actually I really experienced this last week. What I'm finding, it's always people who you don't even know that is showing up for you. It's the people who you never even met who's jumping in your DMs and sending you messages of encouragement and thanking you for the things that you're doing. thanking you for your messages or something that you said that resonated with you. To be honest with you, that means more to me anyway. It really does, because it just does. I got a little speechless there, and that's rare that I get speechless. It really is like that. People will watch every single thing that you do and won't say a word. But then I do have my few that they will jump in there and be like, "I see you, girl. I see you, friend. I'm so proud of you, friend." I have some of those, and I appreciate y'all. I see y'all, and y'all know who you are. Y'all know who you are. And for those that I don't know, and that's been showing me so much love, I appreciate you so much, and I thank you so much. I really, truly do, because the work that I'm doing, I've been called to do. I've been called by God to do this. So anybody else outside of that don't even matter. And you know, it's crazy. Even some of your own family members won't even big you up. But I digress. But it's not about them. It's about what I was called to do. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm making an impact. I'm making an impact internationally. I'm making an impact globally. And I'm making an impact nationally. And I'm recognizing that when people from other parts of the country are sending me messages, and the work that I'm doing with the young women in Ghana, that I'm helping them and I'm mentoring them, and to see that there's so much more that they can do as women. I'm making the impact that I need to make, and I don't need the kudos and the "and you go girls" from people that I know. I don't need it. Sorry, but I don't. But I appreciate all of those people who really do. So when I say that I'm in a space of being intentional, I'm being intentional across the board. Across the board. That goes for relationships. If we are not in alignment, we can't see eye to eye. The connection is not good. And if there is no communication, if there is no reciprocation, then there is no need to be in a relationship. For many years, I was in certain situations just because we've been together for so long, and I don't want to start over and all that. Out the window. If it is not intentional, if it is not in alignment, it is not for me. I mean this wholeheartedly. And it's funny, I saw a message today on Facebook from a friend of mine, and she said, "Be intentional." And when I saw her post, I was like, wow, look at God. That's him confirming, yes, be intentional. And I feel that everything that I'm doing right now, being intentional, everything is falling into place. Everything is falling into place. When there are days that I feel like I'm not being seen, or when there are days that I might get a little bit discouraged, because I'm human and we do go through that. And of course, I got to check myself real quick and be like, girl, get it together. We good. But again, I'm human. Just getting that confirmation of the work that I'm doing and the actions that I'm taking with regards to being intentional just solidified that for me. And it confirmed to me that everything that I'm doing, I'm going down the right path. I'm doing the right things. So that is encouraging in itself. I'm being intentional with my family. I'm being intentional with my daughters. They're adults now, and I want to make sure that I'm very intentional how we communicate with one another. I'm intentional with the time that we spend with one another. I've always been very intentional about being transparent with one another, and that's one of the things that I love about my relationship with my daughters, because they know they can come to me. They know that they can talk to me. They know that I'm going to listen. And don't get me wrong, there are some things that they come to me and they talk to me about, and I want to cringe. There are times I want to have an opinion or I want to say something, but I sit and I listen, because sometimes that's all they want, is they just want to be heard. They just want somebody to listen to them. And then if they ask me for my opinion or my advice, I give it. So I appreciate that. So I'm very intentional with my children. I'm very intentional with my mother. Me and my mother have a weird relationship. Love that lady dearly, but she's insane. But I'm being intentional with our relationship. Like, I'm really taking this seriously, and I'm really moving forward with this in my life for 2026. I can see the results. I can see that it's working. And I want to encourage you that if that's something that you haven't explored yet, that's something you may want to explore. Being intentional about everything and every aspect of your life. It could be this small, but as long as it's getting you closer to your results or to your end goal, it's worth it. It is so worth it. And like I said, I'm seeing it firsthand. I'm being intentional in the messages that I put out there to people as far as encouragement and empowerment. I'm being very intentional. And again, the feedback that I'm getting from people that I don't even know telling me, thank you for what you said, or thank you for that message, or that resonated so with me in the season that I'm in. That allows me to see that and to know that it is working. It is working in my favor. So that is today's episode with me, Adyna K. Pressley, looking at the camera at you. And it actually wasn't so bad. And as I'm looking at myself in the camera, because I can see myself, and the lazy eye is doing all right today. We are in a good space today. So I'm excited about that. And the crooked smile, it's doing what it do, you know? And so that is today's episode. I just want to say thank you so much. And of course, if anything resonated with you, please like, share, leave a comment, subscribe. And if this resonated with you, or somebody needs to hear this word, you might want to share it with them. Please do. If there's anything you want to talk about, let me know. If there's something that you want me to talk about, let me know. And again, you can find me everywhere. Adyna K. Pressley. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. And then also too, this episode is brought to you by Queens Royale. And you can find all my merchandise on queens-royale.com. All t-shirts are on sale, and you can get free shipping on all orders $25 or more. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Have a good night, and I will see you next time on Pressley on Purpose. One. I'm not Pressley by chance. I'm not Pressley by mistake. I am Pressley on purpose.